Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from TikTok. Simps. They always have the dumbest arguments when it comes to, passport bros or just men and women, because they truly don't understand the dynamics between men and women and just how women operate. Because they're still blue pilled, right? They haven't took that red pill to understand the truth. So please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
Again, it's your boy, Mr. Talking to City, man. Let's get on these passport boys or bros or whatever it's called. You get what I'm saying? I'm all for it for the fellas and shit. The thing I don't get about it is what's wrong with the ladies, man? Because as I go through the comments and I'm watching all these videos and it's like thousands of these videos, men and women. Then you got the commentators like Kino, and then you got these women that's in successful relationships and married that are having this conversation about men when they already have a man. Why are y'all even in these conversations? Shouldn't y'all be helping women that coaching them on how to get a man, no matter what man it is, not disagreeing and saying these men are all bad for doing what they want to be doing?
I think that it's part of the sisterhood. This is why even if they're married, they're still going to argue the same thing that the sisterhood argues. It's a very strong bond and hive mind that they do have.
In life. My only thing about it is like, so I'm going to say it. You got all these women in the comments. You got the baby mamas, once again. You got the overweight women. Nothing wrong with being overweight if that's fine with you. This is no disrespect to anybody or anything. You just have all of the women that say they don't want these men, but they're the women that the men don't want either. So
Yep.
why are you going back and forth with these guys for wanting to go look for other women? Then y'all throwing this narrative that these men are going over there, they're looking for prostitution. They're looking for women that's underage. Any woman that's over the age of 18, she's legal in 90% of countries. Some countries and even some states in America, you can still be under the age of 18 and marry a grown person. Now,
Yeah, there's some states that are 16 for the age of consent.
I'm not saying it's all wrong because some of it is predatory, but we don't know that for sure for these men that are going over here. So how can we say that? Y'all are saying that they're the leftover men and things like that. They're leftover for who? If it's somebody that's left over that you're not attracted to, how can he be left over? It's the same thing about men saying, I don't want women with 2 and 3 kids. They're leftover women. I don't want women that's overweight or they're 35 going to 40 and they still ain't been married. They got 3 and 4 kids. They call them the leftover women. That's the same conversation. So I just don't get. But the thing is, the difference between the passport bros is they're choosing what their life is going to be dictated. These are mostly men that don't have kids. If they do, fine and well, but most of them don't have kids.
This is true.
They ain't in those relationship. They ain't cheating on nobody. They going to do what they want to be doing. But most of you women that I see in the comment sections, y'all had a choice on your first, your second, your third baby daddy. Y'all have a choice if you go to the gym. You have a choice if you work out. You have a choice for all of these things that y'all say are not the bad things, but y'all are just mad at these guys for getting on the airport, getting a passport, when women have been getting on passports and going on vacations and fucking the attendants for years. It's your boy, Mr. Talking to City. Let's talk about it.
No, he's 100% correct. Women have been doing this sex tourism for a long time, but when men choose to go look for wives, we're also sex tourism. No, we actually date with a purpose. Unlike women that travel, they don't really seem to date for a purpose. They seem to date for fun. Nothing wrong with it. Not trying to shame them or anything, but it's a big projection, right? Because they do that. They think that's what men are going out to do. I'm sure there are some men that do, but passport bros are looking for partners, life partners, someone they can build a life with, someone they can build a family with. It just is what it is.
I seen one of the passport bros talking about how black women are just really upset that black women are no longer going to be able to take black men's money because they're taking that money abroad. And I just want to quickly debunk that with some facts, so bear with me. I took notes.
Oh, please.
Statistically, black women are actually making pretty close to what black men make as well. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics in their fourth quarter earnings report in 2022, the women to men's earnings ratio varied by race and ethnicity. White women earned 83% as much as their white male counterparts, compared with 90% for black women and their black male counterparts. So on average, black women are making about the same as black men. By sex, the median weekly earnings.
Just because they make the same money doesn't mean they don't want men's resources. So you're kind of stupid for arguing just because they make the same amount of money doesn't mean that resources is transfer from men to women, which has always happened throughout all of history. So go on.
Earnings for black men were $951, or 79.6% of the median for white men at $1,194. The difference was less among women, as black women's median earnings were $856, or 86.4% of those for white women at $991. The average American with a bachelor's degree earns about $80,500 per year, while the average American with only a high school diploma earns about $40,000 per year. College graduates earn more than double on average than those without a degree. The difference increases significantly the more education you get. Who are getting most of these degrees in the black community, you may ask yourself? According to the American Association of University Women, among black students in higher education, women are more likely than men to earn degrees. Black women get 64.1% of bachelor's degrees, 71.5% of master's degrees, and 65.9% of doctoral, medical, and dental degrees. So you can put all that together to basically come to the conclusion that black women are almost earning the same as black men on average. So that being said, there's not really this big need for, black women to be hyper dependent on black men in their.
Shut the fuck up. Like, you fucking simp ass motherfucker, dude. Like your statistics is so fucking wrong because you don't understand the dynamics between men and women. Just because they earn the same amount of money does not mean they don't want resources. If all black women were earning the same amount as black men, why do they still want a man to take care of the bills? Why do they still need baby daddies to take care of their husbands to take care of their kids from other baby daddies? Exactly. Like your logic is like flawed. This is like statistical fallacies here. Like, just because you're bringing up that they make the same amount of money does not translate to them not needing or wanting men to pay for them and taking resources from men. This is beyond stupid argument.
Economic status. And we know that for black women actually tend to date down the most. Out of all races of women, black women are the most likely to make a concession at the financial income of their partner and date them regardless of their economic.
Where are you getting this statistic from? Like, you're just pulling shit out of your ass. But I can somewhat understand it because that community, the African American community, does tend to go towards Ray Ray and Pookie's more. So, all right.
Status. That's why you same passport bros may see a very smart, educated, and well-to-do black woman with a Pookie and a Ray Ray.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think that it's ever been that black women have been after black men and their money. Because if it was about money, black women would be chasing white men and Asian men, because Asian men are the only ones that are earning similar or more than their white counterparts.
No. Like, you still don't understand the dynamics of women, man. Like, I don't even know where if you even dated or been with women. Doesn't matter what race or creed or whatever they are, they want resources. But they also want someone that looks good. And the looking good for a lot of women nowadays seem to trump the resources part. But they're not long lasting relationships. Like, they're still gonna want someone that, overtakes them in finances. That's just how it's always been and always will be.
Women don't know how to be friends. As women, as females, we were raised that we are supposed to be cared for, provided for, catered to, pampered. And we were also taught that if someone is not adding value to your life, then they don't need to be there. You're not adding anything to me, then what the hell are you doing here? As men, on the other hand, and I'm not saying this just to make something up, it's a perspective that I've heard from so many men, they don't think about what can this dude add to my life to be my friend. No, They just simply like the presence. They like that you guys can hang out together, chill, chat, play games, or whatever it is that they fancy doing. But they're not looking at what they can get out of that individual.
This is 100%. It's crazy the friendship dynamic between men and women. And then it's crazy the relationship dynamic between men and women. Women constantly are wanting something, wanting some kind of up or some kind of upward mobility through friendship and, relationships. Where men, we just want to make friends. And if they're a good friend and we happen to get something out of it, that's wonderful. If we don't get anything out of it and it's like a net negative, then we'll probably cut them off. But even if it's just neutral, we hang out, We take care of, drinks and stuff, whatever, and we just have fun together. That's perfectly fine with men. And I think I agree with her, where women, no, it's not okay. They have to kind of get something out of it, either emotional support or whatever it is. And it's funny because they are the more emotionally inclined one, and they're the ones that aren't so greedy or whatever, according to them.
But women are. Every single friend that we have must have the ability to add something to our lives. They must be able to support us when we are in times of need or in times of crisis. They must be there to give us some kind of benefit or some kind of value. And if they can't, screw them. Everything my husband told me, he said, honestly, it's a selfish, borderline narcissistic perspective.
That it is.
And I thought about it. And you know what? I agree. Women were raised to be selfish and narcissistic. I would argue that the ratio of narcissistic men and narcissistic women, I hate saying this word, it's higher for the women. Yep. Because we were groomed to be this way. Women
100%. How you were raised and how the culture brings you up is exactly what you're going to be. This is why we have so many simps. I don't really even blame the simps. In a sense, it's the culture and how everything got propagated to create simps. Some of these guys don't even know what's going on. They just were doing what they were told or doing or what they've seen around them. And they're just getting trashed. I kind of feel bad for simps because they don't fully understand what's going on. I don't feel bad enough to cry for them or anything, but it is something that all men kind of have to go through. Even me, like when I was younger and was married, like I was pretty simpy. I would say it was the happy wife, happy life kind of thing. And as I grew up, divorced, and learned life lessons, it changed. So, I was getting kind of like tired of listening to that one simp just talking about, just because women earn the same as men or close to the same as men, you don't think that they want resources from men? All women want resources from men. Just like the clip before it said, like men and women are different. They're raised differently. Women were raised to be narcissistic, to be so, taken care of, provided for. So please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.